Mr. Lucario, and today I'm going to teach you how to be your own boss. And see, a lot of people, they get tired of their jobs. They're like, I'm tired of my boss. I want to have my own business. I want to start it. I want to make a lot of money. But the thing is, a lot of people don't know how. So I'm going to give you guys a couple of tips today on how to be your own boss. So now, why would someone want to be their own boss? The obvious reason is that people will say, well, I want to make a lot of money, you know? But the thing is that when you're your own boss, what you can do is you have the ability to make your job or your career, your company, however you want it to be. So you don't really have to worry about, you know, this person and that person telling you what to do, how to do it. You can also really make as much money as you want. Now the thing is this, people say, okay, how do I do this? How do I become my own boss? How do I stop working for somebody? Now the first thing you need to do is you need to realize that you need to figure out what you're passionate about, and also what if there's a market for what you're passionate about. Okay, so for example, if you like to bake cookies, you like to do a lot of baking, you can say, okay, wow, I can bake some cupcakes, I can bake some cookies, and then I can sell these cookies to customers. And then you know that there's a lot of people out there who actually like cookies and who actually like to eat cookies and get cookies, right? Now, if you said I have a passion for making CD players, you know, there's not a lot of people that really want CD players. Even though you have a passion for that, there's a lot of people that don't want those because you have iPods, you have iPhones, so that might not be a good market for you to go into. So it's a combination of you being passionate about what you want to do, but also knowing that there's a market for what you're passionate about, right? So what you're passionate about is going to make you create either a product or a service that you can sell to people. Now the thing is, the reason why you have to be passionate about it, because I know a lot of people are like, well, what if I find something that I know is going to make a lot of money and I just do that? The problem with that is that when you first try to do that, you are going to not get to the point where you're going to actually make that money, because the thing is, it takes a while for you to make money when you're starting your own business. This is why you have to be passionate about what you're trying to do, because if you're doing something and you're not passionate about it, you're going to end up quitting because it's too much work you have to put into it in order for it to be successful. So the reason why you have to be passionate about what you're doing is because if you're not passionate about it, you're going to quit. You're going to stop doing it. Okay, because in order for you to continue and to build your business, it's going to take a lot of time, it's going to take a lot of effort, it's going to take a lot of hard work for you to get to the point where you're making a lot of money, right? And if you're not passionate about what you're doing, you're not going to be making any money, because you're not going to get to the point to where your business grows for you to make money. Your business is going to take you a couple of years for it to even start seeing any money coming in. This is why you have to be passionate about what you're doing when you're starting your business, right? For example, I had a friend who wanted to start a business selling t-shirts. So he was like, I'm gonna just get these t-shirts made up, I'm gonna print them up, I'm gonna stand out there, I'm gonna sell them. And he would go out, you know, outside in the city, and he would set his stuff up, and people would pass by, you know, he would make probably 10 bucks here, 10 bucks there, but he would, you know, only come home with about like 20 bucks, 30 bucks at sometimes. And he was just like, yo, you know, this is not making me that much money, you know, and then he eventually stopped selling the t-shirts because he wasn't really passionate about it. He was just like, I want the money, I want the money. And he wasn't passionate about it, so he wasn't selling the t-shirts. But, you know, I asked him, I said, what are you passionate about? He's like, I'm passionate about film, I'm passionate about, you know, cameras and stuff. So now he started his own production company where he started making music videos and short films for people. And then the money started rolling in because he worked at it day and night and he was passionate about it. And then that's where the money came in. Now, there's nothing wrong with wanting a lot of money. But what you got to understand is that when you're first starting your business, you have to first start with something you're passionate about. Once your business starts making money, then you can take the money that you have and invest it into something else that can make you more money. Now that other thing you invest in doesn't necessarily need to be something you're passionate about, because now you have the capital to make that business grow off of the money you put into it. But when you're first starting out, in order for you to build it, it has to come off the energy of you. And the only way that the energy is going to come out is if you're passionate about what you're doing. So the first tip is you have to be passionate about what you're doing. And also, again, you have to know that there's a market for what you have. Now, another thing I want to tell you guys is that you have to understand that it's going to take time for your business to build. Now, the next tip I'm going to tell you is this, and I know you're not going to like this tip. This tip is to don't quit your day job yet. Okay? Don't quit your day job yet. See, the thing is that while you're building your business, you're still going to have to pay your bills. You're going to have to pay your phone bill, your light bill. All these other things are going to have to happen, right? But you have to keep your day job in order for that to go down. So what you do is you keep your day job, but at night, you work on your business. You work on your business plan. You work on everything that has to do with you building your business. Okay? So the thing is, don't quit your day job yet. Once you start building your business, then you can see, okay, is this business really, bringing in enough money for me to quit my day job? You cannot quit your day job yet until your business is doing this. So what you do is you do your day job in the morning, and then at night, you work on your plan. You work on the plan that's going to get you out of that job. It's kind of like when back in the days where they had slavery and the slaves would work in the fields that day, and then at nighttime, they would plan their escape. So you have to do the same thing when you're out here in the business world. When you're out here in your day job, you have to say, okay, let me pay my bills, let me do what I gotta do. But then at night, I'm going to really grind and make it happen. Some people don't work on the weekends. On the weekends, you can also grind and make it happen. All right? Now, the last thing I'm going to say, which is what's going to actually make you become your boss, is that once you continue putting in effort to actually build your business is going to give you funds in order for you to not have to have that day job anymore. So you started with something you're passionate with, you're doing it after work, and then you're building that. So now, after a couple of years, you start to see revenue coming from your business. Now, at this point, when you have enough to pay your bills and you have enough to do what you need to do, you don't need your job, and then you become your own boss. Now, the thing is, I need to tell people is that you have to make sure that you stick with it. A lot of people give up too quickly because they want the quick fix. They want it to be done overnight. This takes time. This takes persistence. This takes hard work. The only way that you're going to become your own boss is if you put in this hard work. So you have to make sure that you do this, put in the hard work, and then you will see the money coming in from your efforts. All right? And that is how you become your own boss.